I've been wanting to do an updated version of a track walk around. So we've got our water buffet with varying options. There will be a post on what we offer at some point in the future for you to look back on. And if you look very carefully, there is also a spaniel. So that's Razzie. We've got the sandpit here, and then we've got water collection, water trough as well on the side of the shelter. So this is our water collection on the side of the shelter with our water trough. We've then got our shelter with a nice bit of overhang so everyone can shelter or snooze together. In the shelter we've got various salt licks. Sorry, the light isn't great in here, so I think you can see 2 salt blocks there. There are another 2 other salt blocks as well in here. So from the shelter and the sandpit area, you've got the choice of going up the back side of the track, which is here, up the hill, which is here, or up the front, which is there, which takes you to the gate. So I will head up the hill and then I can do a shot from the top. So this is on top of the hill, excuse the wind. So this is panning round the sort of front of the track. You've got our logs, sandpit, water area, shelter, spaniel again, down the hill, and then the back side of the track with our big mature hedge. So I'll try and shout over the wind. Picked a bad day. So this is a shot of our track from the hill. So this is coming, I've come off the hill now, we're back at the shelter, and this is coming down the back side or the hedge side of the track, and we'll get to our first hay feeder down here. So this is one of our feeding stations. You can see our gravel pit here, which we'll walk over later. And then behind the feeding station we've got a cut across, which I'll show you in a bit. Our muck trailer that we can access from the cut through. So I'll get and have a better look at that. So this summer we've put in 2 cut acrosses to join the hedge side of the track to the front side of the track. It's not been a lot of meterage, but it's made the track feel so much bigger. So yeah, this is our first cut across that used to have gates for human access so that we didn't have to walk all the way around the track, but it got really slippy in winter, so I knew this was the first next bit that we had to surface. We've made it 6 metres wide as opposed to 4 metres on the original track, to see if we can put some hay feeders out, and you'll see in the next cut across we put our first new feeder out since putting the new bit of track down. So we'll go and take a look at that. And then this is our gravel pit to add different surfaces or a different area to stand, or as these guys like, a different toilet place. So yeah, gravel pit gets used for all sorts, apart from I don't think I've really seen anyone sleeping on it. The other thing we learnt with the gravel pit is don't do it the full width of your track, otherwise you've got to walk round it with your barrows when you're poo picking. So always leave yourself a barrow track around any of your obstacles, otherwise you have to walk all the way around. Here we've got our second hay station on the hedge side of the track. So we've got some logs here, and Arthur is trying out our new hay box on our second cut through of the track to join the hedge side with the front of the track. So we're trying these boxes on the track with this section of track being 6 metres wide, and seeing how it works with horses, but they seem to be able to gather around it quite well and they seem to be enjoying it so far. And then you can see Sophie having a nice chew of our logs, which is the secondary use for them. So here's one of our main gathering areas, because these boxes are fairly close together, so we can get at least sort of the 6 horses around the boxes together, and they quite often congregate up here eating, which is quite nice, but we can never put enough hay out that they camp for too long. So they'll come and mooch for sort of 10 minutes and then somebody will leave, and then they'll all sort of start and disperse and things like that. So that's really good. So we've got our horse puzzle area down here, and then now we're coming down the front side of the track, and you can see Arthur and Boots are at the feeder in the cut through. We've got another feed station. This is on the front side of the track. Sorry, wind's picked up again. So this is our first main cut through with our muck trailer, our entrance gate. This is also where the hill leads down, and then obviously we've got the last bit of the front side of the track, which heads back to the water and the shelter. So from here you can see this year we've made the hill wider. So depending on how it goes over winter, I'm hoping to get a feeder up there so that they can stand on the hill, and as well as looking around they can maybe have a bite to eat as well, depending on what the weather's doing. Then we've got another feeding station here, and where our electric fencing's all geared up. And then down here we are back to some more logs, and there you can see the water, and our sandpit is... our sandpit's there, and our shelter is there. So I'll leave you all later.